Okay. So till yesterday we have covered ETL topic, how ETLs are loading data from source to target. Now I'll be just giving brief ideas on top of the visualization, how we are visualizing or what the things we are doing to visualize the dashboard. What are the different tools are being used in market? Okay. So let's start. To visualize the thing, we first have to know the KPI. What is KPI? KPI, the full form of KPI is key performance indicator. Okay. Just for the first point, you can see it's a visual cue that communicates the amount of progress made towards the goal. So the day before yesterday, we have covered the thing that the business owner or the decision maker, they need to see the particular forecasting stuffs. What should be my business after maybe 2 years, maybe the next quarter? They're forecasting everything. Okay. So they're also checking some hidden trends of the data into pictorial format. So those are all, needs to be put in the dashboard so that the strategy, they can make the proper strategy, and that should be implemented in the OLTP systems again. That I mentioned in the BI cycle. Okay, so that is why key performance indicator, that means it is a visualization representation of various charts and graphs on top of the data being prepared for the data marts and all. So on top of this data, the visualization engineer, they are just creating those charts and graphs so that the decision maker, they can check on it, they can understand what should be the strategy, and the same needs to be implemented at the source side. Okay, KPI is nothing but their critical metrics for measuring the performance of the business, measure in line with the company's strategic and operational goals, helps to visualize the performance, helps decision makers in an organization take intelligent decisions based on patterns and trends of data. Okay, it can be quantitative as well as qualitative indicator. Those are KPI. So maybe if you are a visualization engineer, if you took as one of the tools, if you are expertise on one of the particular visualization tools, suppose Tableau or ClickSense. Okay, so from the business, you can get what is the KPI you need to design. So they just tell that the KPI can be yeah, just like they can just tell the KPI. There are some quantitative KPI, that is sales growth or quarterly revenue. They just tell this keyword to you, and you need to design the graph such a way. Maybe you are just designing a line chart. You are developing a line chart. There at the x-axis it should be quarters, and at the y-axis it should be revenue. Okay, so quarterly revenue, they can see the growth over there. So this kind of KPI means in a short term, you need to mention the particular name of that particular chart or particular graphs. That's all. There is qualitative KPIs as well. Just like you can see customer satisfaction, product qualities, service qualities. If a company's goal is to have the fastest growth in the industry, its main KPI may be the measure of revenue growth year on year. Okay. So KPI is the terminology that should be given from business owner to the visualization engineer, a visualization data engineer. On based on that, they can create the charts and graphs. So it's a top-down approach. So the visualization engineer can check what are the things required in the x-axis or y-axis. Okay, and if they will be now determining those columns are available in the data mart or not. If those particular fields or column is available in the data mart, they can easily pick this thing up to the dashboard. If these things are not available in data marts, then they need to pull it from the source system. Maybe in the source system, there is a particular table consists of that particular column. Okay. Then The ETL team again, they will be just taking the particular table from source system and pushing it to target. So this is the entire concept actually works. It's a top-down approach. First of all, I'm just repeating once more time. The particular data engineers who are working in the visualization team, they are taking the requirement from maybe business analyst or any other or product owner who are giving the requirement as a KPI format. So while designing the KPI, the particular visualization engineer, they can track what are the fields required. Maybe there are lots of calculative fields. Maybe they need to implement some filter, anything. So they need to check whether that particular fields are available in the data mart because their source system is only data mart. Okay. Now, if the particular field are present in the tables in the data mart, then it's fine. If this is not present in data mart, they need to check with the ETL team. ETL team will check that particular field from the source system and they will pull it back from source system to target. They need to do the modification at the ETL side to land a new table from source system to the target. Okay. So this is the entire concept. Now, how the visualization dashboard should look like. So this is one kind of, I'm just giving some pictorial example over here. It's a report, rather we can say it's a bar chart over here. In the bar chart over here, I'm using two dimension and one particular fact. So two dimension versus one fact. What are the two dimension? One is year and another one is zone. Okay. So you can see in x-axis, we are putting both the dimension, year and zone. Okay. We can see zone and we are grouping the thing over here based on zone and it can be controlled. You can see as per the color combination over here. Each of the year we are mentioning it this thing in this way. Okay. So maybe in the requirement there are lots of charts and graphs available in the visualization particular tools that we are using. Maybe for a particular uh, data showcasing, the requirement is I need to incorporate 3 or 4 dimension and one particular measures. Then bar plot will not be the suitable one. So for the to be a visualization engineer, you need to be expertise when the requirements are coming from the user side. You need to think about which chart or graphs are suitable. This is one thing. Maybe if you are new, then you can also seek help or suggestion from the business itself. Which charts are suitable for you to understand the KPI? If there is any idea, then they can also help the thing to you. Okay. Okay. Here is another data representation of pivot or pivot. So you can see it's just like transpose of that particular matrix from here to here. So what we are doing, just we are transposing the rows to columns, columns to rows. It's a pivot operation. It's one kind of feature available in the visualization as well. It's an OLAP feature. Okay. So one more terminology is slice and dice. What is this thing? So over here, you can also see at the beginning. So this is also a 3 dimension bar plot. And we are representing 2 dimensions at X and Y axis and the Z axis. Across the Z axis, the particular sales data, that is fact information, is represent over here. So what do you mean by slice? Slice means if we are just omitting out one of the particular dimension. So suppose I am choosing in the filter, there are lots of filters option is available in the dashboard. When you are looking like in the, checking the dashboard, you can see there should be multiple filters for sake of your visualization. Over here, I have a year filter. Okay. So if I choose year equal 2009, you can see I can see the data only for 2009. So the particular y-axis data is not been represented because it's only 1 year. So we are visualize the thing in this. So we are slicing the particular visualization from this stage to this stage. I'm slicing based on year. It's called slice. Okay. What is dice? Dice means if we just filter it out top of two dimensions. So both of the dimensions should be present over here, but we are filtering out based on both of them. One is I have also filtered out on top of city. It's only showing Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata. It's not showing Chennai, Bangalore. Similar kind of stuffs I've also filtered out for 2009 and 10. So it's called dice. So this is just some terminology you need to use if you are just going ahead with a visualization engineering. What is roll up and drill down? So first of all, drill down means we are drilling there. I mean, to do the drill down operation, you must have to build the dimension in hierarchical way. So you are creating a hierarchical dimension over there. You are just creating the dimension such a way that the particular year should be consisting with quarter. Quarter should be consisting with months. Okay. Now the drill down approach should be there. There may be some hyperlink available. So if you are just double clicking on top of that 2013, it should be segregated into the second level of hierarchy. That means the quarter of 2013. And the data should be also splitted accordingly. Okay. It's similar for charts as well. So you are just double clicking on top of 2013, then you can see the data inside the 2013 is splitted out. Okay, the same thing it's over here as well. Then you are just clicking over here. It's also expanding based on your month. So this is called drill down. If your particular product owner told you to have a particular development to do the drill down operation. So first of all, you need to create the dimension such a way it should be maintain the hierarchical role. So that's why I mean there's an option to create hierarchical dimension. So you need to create the hierarchical dimension first, and then you need to pull this dimension maybe in this column, or maybe this should be in x-axis if you are just working in a bar plot. Okay. So this is drill down and similar kind. What is roll up? Roll up is just the vice versa of this thing. So you are just rolling up means you are just going from down to up. That means from month, then quarter, then I mean that particular year. Both of the roll up and drill down purpose, you just need to create the hierarchical dimension based on which you need to do the drill down and roll up. This is the main fundamental thing. Any doubt till now? What we are learning from anyone? No one? Okay. Okay. So what are the different visualization tools available? Yeah, I found some chat. Okay, Vamsi, which one I need to explain? In particular slides or anything you want to focus? Do you want roll up? Okay, roll up and drill down. Okay, roll up and drill down. It should be based on a particular field. Okay, and that particular field over here, I'm doing this roll up and drill down on top of the dimension of year. Okay, so I need to create a hierarchical dimension there in the reporting side. I think we have the concept of what is dimension, what is measures. It has been covered in last two classes. Okay, so when dimensions are ready, we can create hierarchical dimension. Hierarchy means the year should be on top. Inside year, we need to create quarters. Inside quarters, we can create or push months. There are options to do the hierarchical dimension For each of the visualization tool, there are various approach for doing that thing, but ultimately you need to create this hierarchical dimension. When our hierarchical dimension is ready, you need to create the charts and graphs, maybe with your fact data. So over here you can see there are two particular dimensions is being used over here. It's a cross tab. In this axis, we are pushing the city related information or city dimension. In this axis or in that particular column, I'm using year, okay, or maybe time as a dimension over here, which is a hierarchical dimension. At the parent of time, we can see only year because it's having the preceding hierarchical structure, and all the elements are those are called the measures. Okay, so 2013 Delhi, it should be printing these measures. It's called the cross tab. It's one kind of data visualization matrix, and it is a three-dimension bar plot. Okay, so over here I'm using the same thing, just I'm using this time dimension in x-axis and cells in the y-axis. Now if we want to drill it down, we just have to double click on top of the any hierarchical dimension over here. 2000, if I'm just double click on 2013, it will be expanding just like in this manner. Okay, over here too, this is the same thing. It's just like the difference between the different virtualization, but the data is same for both of the scenario. Okay, and if we just double click on top of this, you can see it can only show the 2013 third quarter months. The same thing over here too. So this way we can drill down. It's called a drill down, and when we just do the vice versa again, it will be roll up. There's option of rolling up over there available in the tool. So you can just click on there and it should be rolling it up. Okay. So this is drill down and roll up. Now, what are the different visualization tools available? Similar kind of stuffs we have covered. What are the different ETS tools are available in the market? So similar kind of stuff is available over here too. So there are Tableau, Cognos, Power BI, Click. Those are very important tools available in the market. So in by this particular tool, we are just directly connecting with the data marts. Okay, and we are pulling the data from data marts, and after that we are creating those charts and graphs. Even it's not simple in the ClickSense or any kind of visualization tool to directly create from the data mart table to the particular charts and graphs. There are also lots of calculations we need to do in the reporting layer. Suppose I receive the data, maybe I received some sales data in local currency. Okay, maybe I'm doing work in, I am a businessman having lots of business available across Europe. Okay, lots of countries are available there. So, but I am getting data from different local currencies from the source system. Till data mart, it is also available with separate currencies. So there are two columns available. One is called currency. Another one is the currency. What is the value, actual value? So suppose there is Swiss and the particular 23 is there. There is euro, then maybe it's 100. But when I'm just combining everything and I'm just giving them the visualization, just all top of that, if I'm doing the visualization, then I need to convert them in a single currency. Maybe I'm converting them into USD. So this kind of calculation I need to make in the visualization tool itself. It's another kind of transformation we need to follow. Okay. So the transformation should be always as per the business requirement and all. We are visual, maybe we are demonstrating something based on the raw data on data mart. Then they can tell that they needs the data in this manner or this format. Then the visualization engineer can have to modify this thing again to maintain the proper rules or proper visualization technique. So by any of the tool, they can work their expertise of any of the tool. Even you can also, if you are just quite experienced on top of data and all, you can choose any one of the tool to expertise your knowledge. BI is a new tool available in the Microsoft. I think you are aware of that one. So it's a Microsoft tool. It's, I mean, now lots of particular users, they are converting their reports or charts from one tool to another based on the licensing cost as well. Okay. Or the visualization technique. Maybe they are finding that this is particular, I mean, this thing is sweet. It's suitable for your charts and graphs. And maybe it is also suitable for the machines. For a particular software, it's not supporting the infrastructure. It will not get the infrastructure at the particular developer's machine. It requires lots of RAMs and all. So they are transferring or converting their charts and graphs to another tool. So this kind of things you can see. Okay. Okay. So that's all for today's BI session. So those things are left actually what we have covered in last working days. So I just covered the visualization stuffs on top of that BI, business intelligence. Now I'll be starting a few things on top of Python. I mean, it should be introductory session for Python. Yeah, some question is there. How to connect any visualization tool like Tableau to database? Okay, so if you just have Tableau installed in your machine, there is an option to connect to the database. Suppose, there are lots of, just like I told also, Qlik. In Qlik, there are two different tools available, QlikView, QlikSense. So just like you can create OLEDB connection or ODBC connection. Just you need to pass all the parameter. Okay. Parameter means the database parameters to connect it. So what is the username? To connect the MySQL database as well, you can see I'm pushing the things that what are the, service account name, what is the password to connect it, what is the port, database port. All the things should be, there is option to give that particular thing there as well to set up a OLEDB or ODBC connection or JDBC connection. So you have to put it and customize your connection there. When the connection has been established, you can see all the tables available into that particular databases. You can pull the data, particular tables over there. You can customize the query. So there are options in the customization of query, the Tableau as well. And by this query, you can pull the data or you can extract data from data mode. Okay. In the future classes, I do not have any visualization tool to show you, but in the ETL tool, it's a similar kind of approach in ETL as well. So while working in ETL, we are fetching data from the source system. There also I need to connect with some maybe ODBC connection or maybe any other connection. I need to connect with the source system and I need to pull the data from the source system. So it's a similar kind of stuff for the reporting tool as well. So I can show you the thing in the ETL side when I'll be using Python. Then you can see we'll be connecting the databases, the source database as well as target database with some connection string. We can fetch data from the source system. We can transform it and we can try to push it again to another database with the proper connection strings and all. Okay. Okay. So this is we have covered BI, that is business intelligence, last 3 days. Now we'll be starting Python. So as you are, some of your students you already have the expertise on top of Pythons and all. So, but also, I'll be just giving a brief introduction today. Also the link to install Python and all. So if anyone who is not having the Python interpreter with you, so please install the same thing so that we can go ahead with hands-on part in tomorrow's session. Okay. So one more thing for Python actually. Python is a huge, I mean, it's a programming language, of course, we know that. And it should be having a lots of areas, a vast areas it's covering. But we'll not be covering all the stuffs over here. We'll be specially focusing Python as a database engineering tool. Okay. So there should be some basic concepts on Python which should be covered in first 2 3 days. So after that, we'll be directly jump on top of database, how Python can be worked, especially how to create the data frame by using pandas module. And when the data frames are ready, how to go at the different kind of transformation. Whatever you have learned in the SQL tabular level, the same kind of stuff we can do in Python data frame. Syntactical changes are there in Python, but the functionalities are same. Whatever we have covered in SQL, it should be same as Python. After that, we can use Python as a ETL tool as well. So suppose we have lots of databases available at the source system, but I need a third party, that is the ETL, which will be picking up all the tables from different database in a single area, and the transformation can be done and push it to target database system. So there we can use Python as a tool. And nowadays I have also, told you, people are using their own framework. They are not using any particular ETL tool. They are designing the framework. Maybe it's based on Python, maybe it's based on Java, or maybe it's based on any other language. Okay. So when their frameworks are ready, they're pulling the data from source system and pushing it to target. So it's an open source. Python is also open source free software. So we can download it over here. So the framework driven ETL tool, those are, the we can get rid of licensing cost and all that we have already mentioned over there. So nowadays people are using Python to, to be, as a framework driven ETL tool. Okay. So, okay, as I mentioned, Python is a, language. It's an object-oriented language. If you have the concept on Java, so Java is also object-oriented language, and the same thing Python can do over here as well. Okay, next slide. I'm just giving 2 links to install Python in the chat. Okay, so by this link, you can get the latest available Python interpreter. Okay, let me take a look. Python.org. Okay, over there, just go to download section. And this is the latest interpreter available for Python. So just download it and install it. Installation is very simple. Okay. Just try to install. If there is any issue, please tell me. After installation, please check with Python. You can check it over here. Just open your CMD prompt and put Python. You can also type it over here now to check whether Python is installed in your machine. So yes, so in my machine, Python 3.10, 3.10.0 has been installed. That particular interpreter was been installed. So that's why it's showing in this manner. And we can do the coding stuffs over here in this particular CMD prompt over here, but it's a bit tough to do that thing or debugging the particular, big codes over here. You can always do the Python code over here, just like I'm printing something. The first code is obviously hello world. So I can definitely print this thing. Okay, it's printing the thing. So I can run codes over here. Even I can run codes just like, okay, let me open this thing. Sorry. Okay, suppose I'm typing the code Python code in a particular notepad. Okay, I have already, okay, typing it over here. Suppose let print the same thing. Print hello world. Okay, just save it. While saving it, save with Python extension. So new dot py. Okay, it's already there. New PI. So you can call this particular file by browsing this file. From this location, you can directly pick it up and call it over here by Python command. So if you are writing lots of codes, you can save it in a particular file in with p.py extension, because Python file should be always .py extension. Otherwise, the interpreter cannot able to read it. Okay. Now just try to run in this manner. So you can see it's able to read the data from that new.py and shows the output. It's a simple program but it's a big program. It can also use that thing. But if we are developing the codes as well, over here, it's not simple to code in Notepad and paste it over there. As Python, yeah, Python is also case sensitive languages. In SQL is not a case sensitive language. So lots of advantage I can get. So I'm just putting select. Maybe S is cap, E is small. So anything I can do. But Python is case sensitive. But we need to maintain it properly. So that is why we are getting the recommendation to use a particular IDE. Over here, I'll be using PyCharm over here. So we can code in on top of that IDE. How the IDE looks like? PyCharm looks like PyCharm. I'm opening PyCharm. Okay, so it's just like a this kind of tool. Okay, so and we can type the code over here. We can, or even if there is any py file is available in my system, I can directly open it over here and we can do the coding stuffs. And the IDE can help me whether there is any wrong thing. It can be highlighted with red color, and it can show me the output at the below bottom window and all. Okay, so I'll be also recommending you to install this kind of IDE. Maybe if Jupyter Notebook is available with you, that is also fine. So that is totally your wish. But as of now, for this quick demonstration, you can install it. Let me paste you the link. That is pasted as a chat. Give me 1 second. So they just go to the portal, download it. Okay, there is professional version. Let me check it. Yeah, they're giving professional version. It's 30 days trial. Okay. But there is a community edition too. Community edition is not showing. Okay, so you can install this community edition because the professional version it is having 30 days trial only. Even I am assuming if you are not using the, I mean, you are not putting the the particular keys to register with the professionals and all, then it should be automatically you can get service per community. But as of now, you can just install the community one. Okay.
So should we install this link or the which one?
Yeah, just search with the PyCharm Community Edition in Google. So it should be, I mean, it's as it's a JetBrains tool, so you can be routed to this jetbrains.com and there just install this one, Community Edition. Let me think. Okay. Now, a quick concept. I think you already know these things. So, the Python quick concepts over here, what Pythons do. So, we are writing codes on top of Python IDE. It's very high level language. Okay. And what Pythons are doing, actually, what I'm just installing it, what I'm downloading and installing, it's the interpreter only. So I am writing high level language. I'm just putting print, means I'm giving the command to computer print something. Okay. So it's a high level language. Python is an interpreter. It's helping us to interpret that high level language into machine level language. Okay. So Python is that interpreter. We are communicating with Python with high level language. We are giving high level language. They are converting into machine level language and machine is understanding it. Now machine is replying back with the output results and all, and we are able to check it by the interpreter too. So whatever I'm downloading, whatever I'm installing, it's an interpreter only. So I'm giving some high level input to the interpreter and interpreter is helping me with the calculation, with helping of computational power, and it is giving the output. This is the concept of every programming language, not only Python. The particular language which is useful, which is being used for as an interpreting language. Every language is having the same kind of fundamental concept. Okay, so Python support those data types: integer, float, boolean, string, list, tuple, set, dictionary. Will you? Just going through quick check on each of the data types. Especially, I'll be focusing on last four: list, tuple, set, dictionary, because each of the four dictionary, four data structures. Those are data structures can be used in kind of data engineering stuffs. Okay, list, tuple, set, dictionary. So you can check it in further session. Okay, Python variables. Okay, the rest of the things I can cover tomorrow. I'll not be covering today the Python detailing level stuffs. So please install the thing at your side. The installation is very simple. If you were stuck in any point, please tell me. So after installation is completed, we can start the Python fundamental stuffs from tomorrow onwards. Okay. So
Sauptik,
tell me, Tanuja.
the link you have provided at the last, so it still leads to the same.
Okay, download the professional edition. I'm assuming, okay, earlier it was there. In the same page, the page I have provided to you, in the same page, they're pushing both of the links. But nowadays, I think they have, omitted that one. So download the professional one. And
Okay.
I hope if you do not have the keys or password to, make it a professional one, it should be working as a community edition after 30 days. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let me check in downloads if I have the community editions available. Then I can also share. Okay, this is the community edition I am having. Okay, just try to get it in this way. If you are not able anyone, then I can share this one by any OneDrive or any other way.
the bottom of the page we can find the community edition. If you come to the bottom of the page on the same page, if you come to the bottom of the page, yeah, see you can
Correct,
find.
correct. Yeah. Community edition is there. Correct. So they have changed the UI. Yeah. You can download it from there as well. Okay. Any other thing for today you want to discuss? Otherwise, we will be wrapping up for today's session, and tomorrow the new beginning should be there, top of Python only. Okay, so that's all for today's session. We'll be connecting tomorrow to start the Python basic stuffs.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
everyone. Bye bye.